Labor Day, week 14. It's been 91 days on the Carnivore Journey. How did this week go? Let's find out. Hey folks, so we are heading to North Myrtle Beach for the Labor Day weekend and got a little bit of a late start, so totally sticking to the carnivore diet while we're down here. But we did stop at a place called McLeod's, which I'll either insert the video here or overlay it or do something. That place is amazing. It's like a farm with orchards, and they have a mini museum of old cars and trucks and tractors and stuff, so you should be seeing that here. But then they have a restaurant that I've never been to, but they also have a store with ice cream and pies and cakes and all delicious stuff. So we actually bought a cake. I'm not eating it, but we bought a cake, or what is it, a loaf of bread, like sweet bread, that is kind of almost like a pound cake, but we're bringing it for the people who invited us to the beach, so that's for them, not me. But anyway, the place is amazing, and it's honestly a little bit torturous to go in there when you're on carnivore, because there's just so much non-carnivore stuff that is just the aroma. We got out of the car in the parking lot, and you get smacked in the face with this amazing, peach pie, cake smell, and it's just So anyway, that's what we just left there a little while ago, and now we're continuing our journey to North Myrtle Beach. So we'll see you there. Oh, really?
What did you order?
Are you recording me right now? A ribeye with a side of broccoli. 2 sides of broccoli. So we are at Mad Gator's Bar and Grill in North Myrtle Beach, and every place else had over an hour wait. This was the only place that had less than a half-hour wait, which still turned out to be a half hour. So I got the ribeye, a ton of broccoli that I'm going to share with my lovely fiance, and I am not eating that, but it looks good. Thank you, sweetheart. Pretty good, not amazing, but in a pinch, this will do it. All right, folks, welcome to the balcony. We are wrapping up our weekend here in North Myrtle Beach, which was fantastic. I use that word too much. It was great. Only regret is wish it could have been a little bit longer, but overall, just a great, quick little trip down. It's about 3 hours from us to get here, so
3 hours down, came down on Saturday, Sunday, leaving Monday afternoon. How'd it go? All right, so truth be told, I cheated a little bit, like seriously, tiny little bit. My fiance got Dubai chocolate from a sugary, I think it's just called It's Sugar, and I had a square of that because I had to try it. So yeah, little cheat there. So that was a few carbs, and then I had the broccoli with the steak. That was, not 100% carnivore. And then the only other thing that I had was we bought a loaf of apricot bread. I think peach bread, apricot, I don't know. I had a tiny little bite of that. But I was good all weekend. There are so many snacks in this house, or condo, I should say. There are cookies, and there's cake, and there's Nutella, and there's all sorts of stuff. And I behaved. I was good. I had eggs, hard-boiled eggs. I had beef sticks. I had, what else did I have? Oh, I had rotisserie chicken, and I guess that's really it. I didn't eat much. So today we're wrapping up. We're getting ready to go. We bought egg wraps and some roast beef and some cheese. So we're gonna have that before we head out and go back to the house. But overall, yeah, for a holiday weekend at a condo loaded with food. I have to say, and this is nothing against the people that invited us, they are awesome. But the last 2 mornings, getting up and watching them have like bowls of like Frosted Flakes and like cake and stuff like in the morning. And I don't eat breakfast. I skip it all the way until, lunchtime, or even closer to dinner time, usually, 2:30, 3 o'clock. But just watching people eat that, like my brain has shifted now. Not that long ago, I would have said, yeah, man, pour me a bowl of Frosted Flakes, or let me have some cake with my coffee in the morning. But now don't get me wrong. On my honeymoon week, I'm gonna have some stuff. But the way that I view it now, I look at it as like, not only is it just not ideal, like it's almost like literal poison. That's kind of how my mindset is. Just try to avoid, unless it's like a really, really special occasion or something that you're kind of holding out for, like a cheat meal. Just avoid it. So a couple other things. We went shopping for bathing suits, and unfortunately most of the places down here where we had good deals on bathing suits, they didn't have fitting rooms, and I didn't want to buy a bathing suit from someplace that I couldn't try them on and whatever. One place we did find, I have actually gone down quite a few sizes, and we found one pair of swim trunks that we liked, that my fiance absolutely loved, but they were like $80. But yeah, they're smaller than what I've been buying in the past, so that's good. So we're moving in the right direction. Got a little sunburn, did a little swimming, got a lot of water in my ear and sinus cavities. But overall, great time. There's nothing that compares to being on the beach and swimming in the ocean. So yeah, so after a short weekend here at North Myrtle Beach in this beautiful condo, with this beautiful view and just some great people, great folks. We're going to head back to the house and get back to some steak and eggs, butter and bacon, and other more strict carnivore stuff. No more broccoli, and definitely no more Dubai chocolate. That was just a one-off. And oh, that was another thing too. I just did want to say, like, so the past 3 days I haven't gotten on a scale. I don't know what my weight's doing. I feel good though. I feel like I'm, not bloated or anything. So we're good there. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Catch you back at the house, folks. All right. So this week was a good one. A lot of temptation. We got offered to go down to Myrtle Beach and stay in a condo on the ocean, which was awesome. I've been there before, not to the condo, but I've been to North Myrtle Beach before. Really, really like it. Outer Banks is my all-time favorite, but this is for being close and accessible. It's awesome. But so much temptation, so much aromas and visual stuff of watching people eat, sweets and carbs and just all the stuff that you just want to jam in your mouth. And I stood strong for the most part. A couple little things went off the rails. But on the way down, we stopped at a place called McLeod's in McBee, South Carolina. It's on the way. And that place is amazing. They have, first of all, they've got like a old, not a museum, well, I guess a museum with tractors and carriages and old trucks and cars and all sorts of stuff. That's awesome. I've been there before. I've been there twice before, and I never went in that. It's like a separate building. I've never been in it. The fiance this time was like, "No, let's go check it out." And I was like, "All right." So we went over there. They also have a restaurant that smells delicious. I think that's new. But then they also have like their farm stand store, which McLeod's actually like an orchard, like an actual farm. They have orchards and all sorts of stuff. So you go in there and you actually, peaches from there that my fiance says are absolutely delicious. Probably the best she's had in a very, 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 very long time, maybe ever. But we went in there and they have, buckets of ice cream and fudge and cookies and cake. And a lot of it's made right there. It's like not shipped in, like they make it. Pies and breads and just all sorts of jams and jellies and everything. So walking in, and when you get out of the car, right? You get out of the car and you just, it hits you. It is, man, tough. Tough walking in there and not wanting to buy half of the stuff that they got for sale, especially the sweet stuff. Oh. But yeah, so we got down there and a little poor planning on my part. The stuff that I had brought, and for whatever reason in my mind, we were only going down there for 2 nights. And I should have planned a little bit better. It was fun. It worked out okay. But the problem that I ran into was I didn't bring enough food. I had assumed we were going to go shopping and get some stuff. And we were also going to go out to eat, and I was going to get a steak. But we brought down a rotisserie chicken from Costco that was, between the two of us, it was plenty of food. But everything that I ate while I was down there didn't have enough fat, right? And that's one of the things that one of the people who subscribed left a comment saying, you need to up your, plus also on Reddit, you need to up your fat. You need to up your fat. So I was eating a lot of protein, not enough fat. So that was a little error on my part. So the planning could have been a little bit better for actual upping my fat. I talked about it in the last video, and this week was kind of a failure on that part. One of the things that surprised me was when I got home, because we left Monday afternoon. When I got home, this morning I got on scale, I was up 0.2 pounds. Now, part of that, I think, is I ate a little bit late last night. We were driving back, and we had egg white wraps with roast beef and whatever, and it wasn't enough food. So we stopped at Buc-ee's, which that place is crazy. You walk around there and they've got all sorts of like stations with people cooking and chopping, barbecue and pulled pork and chicken and just everything, and all sorts of sweets and stuff. They have so much stuff. So we stopped in there, and I didn't want to get anything too heavy, but I ended up buying pork rinds and chicken skins. So yeah, so these are the chicken skins that I got. The other ones I got were spicy, but one gram of carbs. 3 grams of carbs for the whole bag, and I ate that last night on the way back, which not ideal, but this morning I was up 0.2 pounds. So up 0.2 pounds for the whole week, I should say, which is, I think, is fine for Labor Day. In the past, Labor Day, Memorial Day, all those holidays, July 4th, I go unhinged. So also though, but here's an interesting fact. My weight went up 0.2, but the 3 new holes that I mentioned in the previous video that my fiance had put in the belt, I'm already on the 2nd hole. There's only 1 hole left. So even though my weight went up 0.2 pounds, I think in, a few, maybe 3-4 more weeks, I might have to have a few more holes put in this thing. This thing's going to wrap all the way around. Good problem to have. Also, we have a photo shoot scheduled for before the wedding, and that's coming up in a couple weeks. So I got to get down to a good weight for that. I got to try as hard as I can because I want the stomach to be flatter. I was on the beach, which I have to say, by the pool and on the beach, taking off the shirt now as opposed to last year felt better. Still, not gonna impress anybody at the beach taking my shirt off, but it was a much better feeling this time, a lot less blubber. So that was one little side benefit, not side benefit, one little bonus. So I went up 0.2 pounds for the week, but down 2 belt holes. Technically, I guess 1 if you say that I needed a new belt hole, and I'm on the 2nd one, so it was 1, whatever. I do have to say, people have mentioned this in the comments, I can't for the life of me, I want to knock myself in the head for not taking measurements when I started this thing. I mean, you got pictures, and I know about, I was a 44 waist, the jeans that I was wearing. 42s were a little tight, 44s felt good. Now I think I'm down to like a 38. I haven't bought new jeans yet, but with the belt size, I think I'm running down to like a 38. Now there's still the gut hanging over the belt, but the waist size itself is down considerably, so that's great. Also, before we went down there, my friend who invited us emailed us a parking pass, but you have to print it. So I asked the neighbor, our printer doesn't work. I asked the neighbor, hey, can you print this thing for me? And when I went over to get it, I kid you not, she said, so how much weight have you lost? And I told her, and she says, in how long? And I told her the start date, and she goes, that's amazing. She goes, you look really good. She's like, you lost a lot of weight. That's great. So that was just a nice little feeling of achievement, accomplishment. So yeah, things are going great. We hit like a little bit of a plateau or bump with the Labor Day thing, and I am up in my fat. And I read a post on Reddit where a guy said he drinks 200 grams of heavy whipping cream every day, in addition to like steak or ground beef that he has. And he said, and the guy had pictures. The guy's ripped. I shouldn't say ripped. He is very, very, very toned. And he said that upping your fat makes a huge, huge difference. So I'm doing that. We had steak a little while ago. I had a couple hard-boiled eggs this afternoon, plus some other stuff. I had some pork rinds. But I am adding, I'm going to add a little bit of heavy whipping cream, and we're going to see how that goes. Thanks so much for watching. If you could, hit the like button, leave a comment, do the thing. I appreciate every comment that you guys leave, and every, like, every subscribe is just, it really, really motivates me. I can't tell you how much that it does. It means a lot. So I am going to have some heavy whipping cream, and you guys could do the thing and watch the other thing, and I'll catch you on the next one.